Hello students, here I have come again with a new topic called direct and inverse proportion. So we will learn each and every concept related to this topic, and we will solve each and every question from the most basic level to the most advanced level. So without any further ado, let's start our today's class. So first of all, let's understand direct proportion. For that, we have to take an example. So let's take an example. So here in this example, we will find the weight of sugar in kg and the cost of that sugar in rupees. So first of all, let us suppose that the weight of 1 kg sugar is rupees 36 rupees. So we see that the weight of 1 kg sugar is rupees 36. Now if you want to know the weight of 3 kg sugar, then what will you do? So we see that the weight of 3 kg sugar is rupees 108. Now what will be the cost of, let's see what will be the cost of 5 kg sugar. So from this table we see that as the weight of the sugar in kg increases, similarly the cost in rupees is also increases. So this is the case of direct proportion. So if we want to generalize this concept, then we can write as if x and y are two variables, and if x increases and y also increases, then we can write this formula as x upon y is a constant, and we will name this constant as k. So it will mean that x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 and so on. So this was all about direct proportion. Let's move to our next slide. Let's take another example to understand the concept of direct proportion. So here you see that I have taken a table in which there are two quantities, that height of the electric pole, which I have taken in meters, and here is the length of the shadow in meters. So I have to find the value of x. So we see from our common sense that as the height of the electric pole increases, so as the length of the shadow also increases. So from our common sense we see that this is a case of direct proportion. So let's apply our general concept and let us solve this question. So from the formula of direct proportion, we see that x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2. So let us name 14 as x1, length of shadow is y1, this is x2 and this is y2. So let's put the values in the formula and solve this question. So see that the answer comes out to be 21 meter. So in this way we will solve our question. So let's take another example to further illustrate the concept of direct proportion. So here I have taken another example to illustrate the concept of direct proportion. So in this question we see that the train is moving at a speed of 75 km per hour with a uniform speed. It means the speed is uniform, it's not changing with time. And the question is here is asked that we have to find out the distance which the train covers in 20 minutes. So let's study the table and see how it is done. So let's prepare a table, distance traveling kilometer. So from this statement we see that as the train is traveling at a speed of 75 km per hour, it means that in 1 kilometer the train is traveling 75 kilometers. It means in 1 hour 74 kilometers. But you see that here I have taken a table in minutes, so I have to convert this 1 hour into minutes. So we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So let's change that. Now, in the question we have been asked that what is the distance will it cover in 20 minutes. So let's find out with the help of the formula that we have discussed in our previous question. So we know that the formula is given by x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2. So let's put the values. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, and this is y2. We have to find 20. So I will solve here. So the value of x2 is going to be 75 into 20 divided by 60. So if you see that in 20 minutes the train will travel 15 kilometers. So in this way you will solve many more questions. These are some basic levels questions. You will again reach the advanced level from time to time. So let's go on to the next slide. Now let us come to the topic of inverse proportion. So to understand inverse proportion, let us take an example and then you will understand the concept of this. So here I have taken an example in which there are certain pipes which are used to fill a tank. So I have been told that if we take 6 pipes, then it takes 18 minutes to fill a tank. Then what will be the amount of time taken if we use 5 pipes? So we see from our common sense in this question that more the number of pipes, less will be the time taken to fill the tank. So this is a question of inverse proportion. So this type of questions are in this way you can solve it by the following formula. But suppose if x and y, these are the two variables, then in inverse proportion we use xy is equals to k, where k is a constant. Or we can write as x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. So in all the cases where if you increase the quantity of one variable, then the quantity of other variable decreases. In those cases, we use the concept of inverse proportion. So let us further take some examples in order to understand the following concept. So here we have taken a question. In this question, it has been told that there are some workers who have been assigned a wall to. So here is one question that I have taken to understand the concept of inverse proportion. So in this question, some workers are building a wall. So in the first step, you see that if 15 workers are employed to build the wall, then the time they have taken is 48 hours. And what will be the amount of workers which are needed in order to complete the task in 30 hours? So you see that more the number of workers, less will be the number of hours taken to complete the work. So this is a case of inverse proportion. As one quantity increases and the other quantity decreases. So in this way, in this question, you will use the concept of inverse proportion. So we know that the formula that we use is given by xy is equal to k. It means that this is x1, this is x2, sorry, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So from this formula we know that x1 y1 is given by x2 y2, which means that 48 into 15 is given by 30 into y, which means that y is given by 48 into 15 by 30. So you see that if we use 24 workers, the work will be completed in only 30 hours. So let's move on to the next question. So after solving some basic questions, I have taken a more advanced question in order to understand the concept of direct and inverse proportion. So in this question I have been told that there is a school in which the school has 8 periods per day, each of 45 minutes. It means the duration of each period is 45 minutes and there are 8 periods per day. Now I have been asked that how long each period is. It has 9 periods per day. So if the school decides one day that is going to take 9 periods per day, what will be the amount of, what will be the duration of each period? So we see that from a general concept or our common sense, you can say that if we increase the number of hours per day, number of periods per day, then the duration of each class is going to be less. It means more the number of periods per day, lesser is the duration of each class. So this is an example of inverse proportion. So let's prepare the table. So here I take a number of periods per day, which is going to be in our first statement. There are 8 periods per day, and duration is going to be 45. So if we take 9 periods per day, then what will be the duration? So let us suppose name it as x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So as I told earlier that more the amount number of periods per day, less will be the duration of each class. So this is the case minute question. We know from our previous discussion that the formula which is used in solving the questions of inverse proportion is given by x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So after we put the formula, we will use the values. Let's see what will be the answer. X1 is given by 8, y1 is given by 45, x2 is given by 9, and y2 is as this. So I see that if there are 9 periods per day, then the duration of each class is going to be 40. It means that we see that the duration of each period decreases from 45 to 40. So as the value, as the one variable increases, the other variable decreases. So in this way we have beautifully explained the concept of inverse proportion. So guys, that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and please like, share and subscribe this channel for more amazing content. Till then, goodbye.